Hi guys, so I wanted to do a feedback video on the Millionaire mentorship call from John Sachtouras. First of all, yeah, it wasn't available on SoundCloud until this morning. I know some of you guys listened to it like a couple of days ago, but it wasn't actually available to us, or to me, until this morning, so I only just listened today. But I just felt like I needed to do a feedback video and to kind of, plead with you to listen to it at least if you haven't listened to it. John Sachtouras, apart from Marianne Node, this one's got to be one of my favourites. I mean, I haven't listened to loads and loads, but, I've listened to quite a few. But this one is absolutely amazing. And this guy I'm going to be following him big time. Just everything he said really resonated with me, and he kind of answered all questions that I had in the back of my mind that no one really expanded upon at any time, like whether it was in a Millionaire mentorship call or even just discussions about the business. But anyway, I don't want to bother you with all that. I just want to go through all the points that he made. And yeah, so first of all, John Sachtouras, who's very successful in Organo, was in network marketing for 28 years altogether until he found Organo. It was his 16th, I think, network marketing company, and he hasn't left, obviously, since he joined Organo. So he obviously knows what he's talking about. He's been there and done that when it comes to network marketing. So he really saw the value of what Organo has to offer. Now, for someone who's been through all those companies and says that Organo is good out of 16 others or 15 others, then we definitely know that we're dealing with something special here. So he talks about sharing and searching. So it's, you've just got to remember that we're sharing a product, we're sharing a business, we're sharing an opportunity, we're sharing a way to earn extra money to change your life. We're sharing freedom, we're sharing, it's sharing. And if you just remember that, and we're sharing and searching, he says, searching for decisions, we're prospecting, searching for, potential other distributors, customers, what have you. So we're sharing and searching. So those are the two S words that we need to focus on. Also, he touched on the point that, everyone who's a distributor for Organo, we have our own business. This is our own business. Just like we all have our own personality, we need to treat this not like we're working for the actual company of Organo, but kind of like Organo is working for us kind of thing, like providing us with all the tools so that we can operate our own business. And if we, keep this in mind, then maybe we can become successful in running our own business. We just use Organo for the tools and the system, but we actually are operating our own business, and we all need to remember that. And as I said, just like our own personality, everyone's business is different. So, whatever you feel like is going to benefit your own business, go out and do that. For example, John was saying that he, downloaded and printed out 500 pages of the effects of Ganoderma. And, he did so many different things to get his business off the ground. So just whatever it takes and whatever you feel like you have to do, treat it like a business, like anyone else would treat their own business, and it's not about working certain hours. If you have your own business, whether it's traditional or a network marketing business, then you have to put in the extra time and hours because it's your own income and your own business. So yeah, that made sense. Also, yeah, to take it seriously like a business, use your Organo website. Some people only just kind of use it to check volume every now and then and to make orders and stuff. But he says that, Organo spent millions of dollars and loads of design time and everything to design the perfect website for everybody to use, and it's state of the art, and some people are not using it to the full advantage, meaning they don't know the way around their own website and things like that. And he says the energy that you attach to your website, meaning like every time you look at your website and you're looking at your volume and you're looking at how your your reports are and all that kind of thing, you're putting energy into thinking about that. So you're using that energy to put into thinking about how your business works and all that. And if you're not looking at how your business is run, then you're not thinking about it, so you're not putting the energy into it. So that made sense. Also, he says, he talks about having a plan. You know, he's the guy who wrote the $1 million check, and you know, finally one day got to, you know, make $1 million. So he talks about having a plan, writing everything down, and having a plan on what you're doing, where you're going, where do you want to be in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. You know, you got to think about it. It's not like a get rich quick kind of thing. This is a business, and things take time, and you got to climb the ladder, and you got to know exactly where you're going. You know, you got to know step 1 in order to get to step 2, in order to get to step 10, kind of thing. So write everything down, plan, have a plan in action, and know how you're going to get there. Also, yeah, he printed out 500 pages on the effects of Ganoderma, and he says, guys, just go and Google the effects of Ganoderma. I mean, you're selling your product, you're telling someone that Ganoderma is healthy and it does all these things, and you know, you're living proof of that. You know, you're a product of the product. But if you don't know exactly what Ganoderma does to the body and the whole scientific kind of set out of how it affects your body, then like you really need to educate yourself on that. So that's definitely something I'm going to do. I'm going to thoroughly research Ganoderma, so I know exactly, you know, I can talk to people in all different angles about the product. Oh, okay, so tell me more about Ganoderma, you know, because you might end up talking to a health professional, whatever, and if you don't know what you're talking about, then they're not going to buy what you're trying to tell them, or what you're trying to sell, you know. Again, this is a business, and if you're going to take it seriously, you need to know every single thing about the product and what you're doing and what you're selling. So yeah, that makes so much sense. And the effects of Ganoderma is the core of the business. This is the whole core of Organo. This is organic Ganoderma we're talking about. The company is named after it, so we need to know exactly what we're selling. Also, yeah, in terms of Ganoderma, becoming a product of the product, meaning, you know, he was talking about, are we consuming all the parts of the mushroom? Like, are we taking all the supplements, meaning the mycelium, the Ganoderma, the spores, what have you? I know there's another one, another supplement, which I don't actually know the name of, but I need to know that. Also, yeah, become a product of the product. And he says if you use all the products, including all the coffees, the teas, the shakes, and the soap and everything, you are gonna like shine bright like a diamond compared to everyone, and everyone's gonna want what you've got and want to know what you're doing. And you know, you can say, oh, you know, it's Organo, I'm using the products, and they're definitely gonna want some, you know. So becoming a product of the product is extremely important. Yeah, you know, sampling on a larger scale. Sampling, zone 1 is, you know, the beginnings of everything for, you know, for your Organo business. It's how you get people in. It's how, you know, customers are created, distributors are brought into the business. You know, sampling, not just here, there, sometimes, and everywhere. You know, they say minimum of 2 a day. That doesn't mean you should be doing 2 a day. That's what, you know, your minimum is, and you shouldn't be comparing anything to your minimum. So when he says sample on a larger scale, he was talking about, you know, he did such things as handing out boxes of coffee and teas to schools for free, and saying, oh, can you have your teachers, you know, drink some of this, meaning like each teacher or what have you, or someone that works in the school is getting like 5, 6, 7 cups of coffee of Organo, so they're not just having one sample, because sometimes that's just not enough for people. They get to try all different products, and I know that it's, you know, a costly thing to be giving away boxes, but if you're in a stage where you can do that, maybe that's a great idea, and I thought that was a great point. Also, you know, not wasting your samples on you know, pointless, giving your samples pointlessly. Think about really who you're giving your samples to. You know, if you're giving them for free, if they're going to be free as well, you don't want to just give them to anybody. So yeah, that was a good point as well. Yeah, have a bigger plan, your long-term goals he was talking about, and what are your limitations. You need to self-evaluate more, like what is it that's stopping your success? What are your limitations? List them and work on those, so that you can you know, you need to identify your limitations in order to move forward and progress in your business. Write down your goals, yeah, and not just writing down, you know, he talks about Bob Proctor and the law of attraction, about writing things down and putting energy into that, but not just writing everything down, also writing it with passion and intention. Again, he's the guy who wrote down the $1 million check, and then he talks about somebody in that one raffle, and was the only person out of everybody that actually won a TV, I think, and they were the only person to write Roberto, the winner, on the back of their ticket, and they actually became the winner. So, you know, this whole putting energy and writing this stuff down and visualizing it, he really stresses upon that. So yeah, I just thought he's just an absolute gem to Organo, and I just love the way he expresses himself and all the points that he made. But yeah, if you haven't listened to it, I really definitely think that it's one of the best. So yeah, and he talks with so much passion, and he just touches on points that, you know, some questions that you might have, and you know, he really answered a lot of questions that I had and I hadn't got around to knowing the answers. So yeah, it kind of opens up your mind into really looking at it, at your, you know, Organo activity as your own business. And I thought that's a really important point. But yeah, guys, check it out if you haven't checked it out, and wish you all an amazing evening, day, or whatever, and I'll see you soon. Bye.